Roy, thoroughly deserved today.
Yeah, it was a clinical performance, I thought. There were moments of extremely good play as well. But it was an exciting game because although I thought we spurned quite a few chances, which maybe the quality of our play had managed to produce, Cardiff were never out of it, and there was always that risk they were going to get a strike away and score a goal, as we saw right at the end of the game. There had been 2 or 3 warnings of that goal coming before he actually scored it. But I've got to say that over the 90 minutes, I think that our performance, our creation of really good goal-scoring opportunities, and the way we went about our business as well, because when you play these games, you're playing a team that's going to be fighting to the death. Cardiff have fought very, very hard in every game all throughout the season. So in this game, where they definitely need to win to have a chance of staying up, we knew they'd be giving us nothing, and we'd have to fight and work hard for every opportunity that would come our way. And I must congratulate the players on doing that. I thought that we matched them very much in that area, as well as showing the necessary quality when we won the ball.
What is it about your team away from home? I mean, your record puts you in the top 4, top 5 of clubs in this league away from home. I mean, that really is something to be proud of, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But of course, we'd have quite liked to have won some more games at home as well, because we have this very faithful group of fans, as you saw today. They follow us around, so we always sell out our allocation of tickets in all the away grounds as well. And it's a bit galling in some respect that they're the only ones that have seen the points tally mount up, because at home we haven't won the games that we thought, certainly early on in the season, we perhaps deserved to win but didn't take our goal chances, but we have away from home. But it's something obviously we'll work on. There's no doubt too that sometimes the space that our very talented front players get away from home is greater than the space we get at home, but these are things we need to work on and think about.
Wilf has scored 10 goals and 9 of them are away from home, so does that kind of follow what you're saying, that maybe away from home it suits him better?
Well, he probably gets a little bit more freedom. There's no doubt it's harder for teams to sit in and to double up all the time. But I think he's improving all the time anyway, Wilf. I think his understanding of when he needs to release the ball, when he does need to be doing all the wonderful skills he's capable of showing. I think that's something which in the last few weeks has been really good for me and my coaching staff to see, and he's got the rewards, because of those 9 goals you talk about, I think 5 or 6 of them have come in the last couple of 6 weeks or so. He's been scoring regularly. In the first part of the season, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the goals from him.
Roy, based on your results and performances in the second half of this season, you must be very optimistic about what this team can achieve next.
Well, I'm very pleased with the team, very proud of them over the 2 seasons, really. There's no doubt about that, because it's not ever been easy for us, and we don't have a massive contingent, and a lot of our players we've had to bring in on loan or as free transfers. We haven't splashed the cash as some teams have done, and I think the players have done extremely well to get the results that we've done. It would be nice to think that we could keep the nucleus of the 11 that we've been using for the best part, and that have been doing extremely well for us, and maybe to add some players to that who would bring some fresh faces to the squad and to the team, and also of course maybe give us that extra strength in depth I think you're going to need if you're really going to be able to compete for a top 10 finish. This is a very difficult league. To get even near the top 10 is half an achievement, so we have to be realistic in that respect. But we do know that we've got to keep moving forward, we've got to keep improving, because the moment we start congratulating ourselves and suggest that okay, we can stand still here now because we're not a bad team, we'll go backwards. That's a simple fact of life.
A word for Andros Townsend when he picked the ball on the halfway line.
Yeah.
I think that ended.
Well, there were so many times, to be frank, in the game where people pick balls up, fairly deep in the midfield and made runs which got us totally behind the defence and gave us shooting chances and goal scoring opportunities. So I wasn't really that surprised, but it was a very good strike, somewhat similar to Wilf's from the edge of the box for the first goal. And the other goal we scored, of course, was an excellent piece of combination play. But the players themselves, they thought perhaps that the score ending 3-2 didn't really reflect their performance and their, at times, domination of the ball in the middle of the park. But the fact is, a victory is a victory, and it's really very much so in the Premier League. You know, every victory you get, you do need to celebrate, whether you deserve it or don't deserve it, or whether you were lucky or whatever. The victories are not that frequent, if you like, for teams like ourselves. It might be different for your Man City or Liverpool, but for the likes of us, you know, we don't get that many that we can afford not to be really, really happy every time we get one. And so I'm really happy tonight and really happy for the performance. And of course my sympathy, or not sympathy, my empathy, really, with Cardiff City. I think they've worked so hard all season. They've been a credit to the league. They've never given up. They've shown all of the good qualities we associate with English football, the fighting spirit, the determination not to go down easily. Even if you come across an opponent that might be technically better than you, you don't give up, you keep going. And I think they deserve a lot of credit for that. And it doesn't give me great satisfaction to have won the game and see them disappear as a result of it. I was just anxious to win the game because as I said at the start, every victory you can get in this league, you've got to try and take and be grateful for, even if it's like today at someone else's unfortunate expense.
Okay.
Sorry, Roy, you touched on the importance of moving forward and adding players. Two of your forward players, Jordan Ayew and Joshua, are on loan. Are they players you'd like to sign permanently?
We haven't discussed all those things yet, and what's more, what you like to do and what you're going to be able to do are two different things anyway, you know, because we don't decide whether or not we sign them permanently. That will be partly to do with their not partly, that's totally to do with their clubs and the players themselves. And you know, we'll obviously, now that we know that our position is pretty much guaranteed, we'll have to start working in the coming weeks to try and find answers to the questions that we have as a club. You know, certainly I and my coaching staff have for the club. You know, what are we going to be able to do? What do we need to do? Where do we need strengthening? If we need strengthening, where do we need cover? If we need cover, and all of these, you know, multitude of questions we'll be asking and trying to find answers to. And of course, then names like Batshuayi and Ayew, I'm sure, will come up.
Okay, we'll leave it there and do a couple of minutes for the Monday.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
All right, I think if we just do it here.
Yeah.
We're not, if you can come out of this door, if you don't mind.
Thanks. Cool.